Allow me to begin my address this afternoon by passing sincere appreciation to the President of the country, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, for entrusting me with this mammoth responsibility of leading the men and women in blue for the next 5 years. I also want to thank my colleagues in the JCPS cluster and all South Africans for the overwhelming messages of support and encouragement I've been receiving since the announcement by the President yesterday. Let me also take this opportunity on behalf of the men and women in blue to thank my predecessor, General Stolle, for his contribution, for his leadership and guidance during his tenure as the National Commissioner. We wish him well in his next chapter of life. Members of the media, mine this honor is to reiterate the assertion made by the President of the country, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, on my appointment yesterday as the National Commissioner and Accounting Officer of the South African Police Service. During this public announcement, the President emphasized the need, as well also the Minister today emphasized the need to reposition the South African Police Service as a community-centric service, which through its operation and strategic efforts will inspire not only public confidence, but also the confidence of the international world. I indeed assume this ultimate top position and leadership role during a challenging time where public trust and confidence in the police has gone low. Therefore, the immediate demand for my priority this afternoon is to build and strengthen the community police relations and subsequently change the prevailing negative public perception, as well as the need to work on both the morale and the integrity of our members who ultimately have a constitutional duty to serve and to protect our communities. We know what the community needs. The most basic and generic thing is that when they call, there must be somebody that answers the call. And thereafter, there must be somebody that responds to the call. It sounds as if every employee, we would like to make sure that every employee is productive in the organization. This heightens the need to recognize our communities and labor unions representing the members as a stakeholder in the policing value chain. Furthermore, there are also safety and security issues of national importance, which definitely are on my list of priorities, and this will include issues related to the safety of our police, especially the killing and attack of our police. We need our communities to work with us and assist us in identifying the perpetrators of these crimes which seeks to undermine the authority of the state. These criminals live in our communities and we know them. The second one will be the backlog on DNA, which has been to an extent reduced at this stage. I will focus on that specific DNA backlog. And of course, the Central Firearm Registry, which we know there is some problems around the system and licensing of firearms. The third one will be the pandemic, as was described by the President, the matter of gender-based violence and femicide, to ensure that our police at police stations are geared up to assist the call when our vulnerable groups arrive at the police station. Next on the line will be the filling of vacancies in the environment, such as crime intelligence and the DPCI, which also is a priority for me. Top on the agenda will also be the advancement and refresher training of members, which will empower them in terms of their own safety. You would recall over the years, we had for the past 2 years not trained police, and the President and the Minister have alluded to the fact that this coming year, yes, we are going to train 12,000 new recruits. And another concern is the usage of clinical infrastructure. Another area of concern is the issue on the damage to critical infrastructure and the extortion that currently happens in the country, especially at construction site. And this is a priority to all of us, as it was directed by the President during the SONA. A dedicated capacity has been and is being reinforced currently to focus solely in this specific area so that communities and the economy of the country cannot be disrupted as it is currently. We will also intensify our efforts to reduce the prevalence of cash in transit, which time and again raises ugly head. The President, during his address, reiterated that attention must be given to the re-establishment of community police forums, which we will make it a priority across the country. We will make sure that we rebuild the CPF so that at station level, CPFs are there to assist and cooperate with the police. The Minister of Police also do have, there is an engagement that we have called tomorrow in the Northwest, where we're going to engage with the community, so that's one of our pressing business. It goes without saying, in order to effectively address any problem in this instance, the high levels of crime, especially violent crimes, we know that it is a concern to our community, and we'll focus on that by making sure that we enforce units like our crime prevention at station level. I previously mentioned about the 12,000 new recruits, of which for this financial year there will be 10,000 that will be arriving from today at this college and all other colleges in the country. We will, from this very recruits that have come in today, make sure that we reinforce public order police so that we have got our line of defense increased. We also would like to thank the SNDF for availing their infrastructure for the training of our recruits. We see the latest recruitment as a groundbreaking because of the first time in the history of SAPS that we have to double the numbers. And I want to assure you that the nation, that not only have we, the recruits, been subjected to a rigorous selection and screening process, but the training and development program has also been designed to ensure that the recruits undergo a category appropriate SACET accredited training. On completion in December, they will, of course, be sent to all priority areas, especially your frontline areas, which is your stations. And of course, there are other areas that will prioritize, especially your specialized units, as I said, those units that will establish, that will deal with the critical infrastructure damage. The country is at a point where police and other law enforcement agencies find themselves policing violent service delivery day in and day out, and we are going to make sure that those men and women in blue are capacitated to be able to deal with the specific threats that face the community, together with our other departmental role players, those that act as security multipliers. We also want to plead with the community to say they should continuously work with the police, as we will commit to make sure that we improve the morale of the police, and we also expect that the community bring their part by making sure that they do not regard police as their enemy. With my appointment, according to the start of 2022-2023 financial year, the SAPS has an opportunity to look at effective ways to enhance the organization's crime prevention and combating strategy, and the investigative and also the detective capacity. This will include us in embracing the technology and gravitating towards the fully digital 4IR. Just yesterday, to allude to some of our successes, the Hawks have busted yet another alleged online scam syndicate and arrested 7 suspects in Johannesburg. This shows the commitment of our forces on a continuous basis. In wrapping up, let me once again reiterate my commitment to ensuring the safety and security of the residents and visitors, as well as investors in our country, South Africa. I'm looking forward to strengthening the relations with all sectors of society, including international stakeholders. Let me also remind members of SAPS and our partner in law enforcement to continue to execute their mandate within the confines of the law and adhere to the Vatopile principles, and remember that whatever we do, it should be to the benefit of our communities. I thank you.